Hi guys, and welcome to this week's FX overview video. Again, I'm going to be taking you through the dollar index and the top major currency pairs. We're going to have a little look and see what we think is going to happen for the coming week. We're just going to stick to the higher time frame again. I'm not going to go into any key details right now. We're just going to take that overview look and see what we can expect out of the market this week. So just taking a look at the dollar index, we had some strength come back into the market last week, but again, we failed to close above that $95 level. So this is proving to be the sticking point for the US dollar at the moment. We're clearly in the phase two pullback stage, and again, this is what we talk about the phase two. It's quite hard to trade the phase twos, so it's better to wait for the phase ones. But you know, we can try and dip in and out on the lower time frames, but again, this is what I talk about. It's very hard to trade the phase twos because we don't know whether they're going to be straight lined like this one over here, or whether they're going to be a little bit choppy like this, depending on the strength and weakness factor of a currency. And you see, last week we had another strong weekly move into that 95 and rejected again. So what's going to happen here? I think we're going to stick around this level for a little bit. I think it's going to be a little bit of a magnet. I'd like to see it come down, test these lows again, get the 20 moving average underneath it, because then it'll be a little bit like the US dollar yen that I was talking about, where I expected that move to move higher, just because of what the price action was kind of telling me at the time. So I'd like, if price is going to stick around here and the 20 moving average comes up into it, I think we could expect a breakout to the upside in the coming weeks. Obviously seasonality is playing a hand here as well. So are we going to see this pullback over the coming week or so? Pound US dollar, we're starting to see some strength enter on the pound. You can see these wicks just hanging around in here at this kind of support area. So if I just draw the support zone in, so around this sort of area through here. So again, we're kind of sticking at that point, phase two as well. So it's very tricky to trade, so just be aware of that. I think there's some pound strength that could come into the market. We've got Carney speaking on Tuesday as well, so be aware of that. Okay. So what else can we look for? I think I'm just going to go to low time frame on this one, just because you can see there's a head and shoulders pattern forming, and this could be the right shoulder. So we could expect a move to the upside into this 136. So I do want you to be aware of that as well. I really like the idea of trading pound long, and especially pound pairs long as well. So just be aware of that. Euro US dollar, it looked to have stalled and started to move potentially into that phase one again, but we back down into these areas here. Nice pink handle, and we're going to see the market starting to move to the upside as well. Wait for a 4-hour cycle and then look to trade that long. If we are going to see that dollar weakness, we could be seeing these highs of at least 1.1850s coming into play. I'd like to see it back into the 1.2s, but I'm not quite sure that's going to happen. I'd like the idea of this head and shoulders playing out, but it might just again kind of stick around this area with the 20 moving average comes in, and then it makes that leg lower. So just be careful with this market. Aussie dollar, clearly in that phase two pullback period right now. You could be anticipating the market to come back into that 170, that 7,500 level, should I say. Just diving down into the daily chart, everything's kind of looking the same. It's quite difficult to trade again. Like I'm showing you the phase two pullback and look how difficult it is. You're expecting the market just to push into this level. It takes the lows instead and aggressively moves lower, and it's quite tricky to trade that kind of environment. But I do expect the Australian dollar to come and test this 7,500 level in here. At the moment, it's just not giving me my entry reason to go long. And it's difficult to trade it, but this could be the first higher low in here, so we could see that momentum move to the upside. Kiwi very much stuck at these lows through here. It, again, doesn't really know what to do. It's obviously the weakest currency out there at the moment. You can tell that by the reaction it's had against the US dollar. Again, what's going to happen here? The price action's a little bit choppy at the moment, and I think we need to see some kind of clarity or some kind of clear cycles before even considering any kind of trading opportunities to the upside at least. I think if anything, this pair could be the one that comes and retests and double bottoms at this area. So just be aware that we have moved a long way, so we could potentially see some kind of pullbacks on the weekly chart into this 690 area through here and zone. So do be aware of that, but at the moment it's just a little bit up in the air. Dollar CAD, by far the cleanest for me. Again, higher highs, high lows, higher high. We talked about it coming into this support zone. It's held at that support zone. Even the interest rate decision didn't really help the Canadian dollar in any way, shape or form. We come back with retesting this moving average now. What can we anticipate now? This is going to be a bit of a battle, I feel, if we're going to see that dollar weakness, although we should still be reminded that the dollar is in a strong position. The Canadian dollar is evidently quite weak against the US dollar, especially on that interest rate decision day. We're hanging around this area, so are we going to see a nice pop back into the 133 area? I think if we get back into there, we could look at some decent opportunities for some shorts. If we get below this 1.3050 as well, look for the shorting opportunity. But if we hang around here and price action dictates that we could look for a potential upside move, we could look for that as well. It goes against what we think is in the dollar, however. But if it gives you the clean setup and the dollar is still in that strong position, then you could still take that dollar trade to the long side. Dollar Swiss, very much, it is choppy. If I just go to the weekly chart, it's almost doing what I'm talking about with the dollar index, where the 20 moving average is kind of just sitting up underneath it. Is it going to create some kind of flag pattern before a breakout to the upside, very similar to what we saw on dollar yen? So I'll be monitoring the Swiss franc and seeing if there's any kind of weakness in the Swiss franc at the moment. Just going back to that daily chart, you can see that we have created a higher high, and it could come and retest these highs just in here around the 99.80s before making any kind of decisions. But again, we'll be watching the retracement down to this area. It does look like a nice area for some continuation trades back into that 1.040 area, where we could see some kind of double top pattern. So just be aware of that. But that's a nice kind of clean setup through there. Dollar yen, by far the cleanest. We're expected a breakout at this level with regards to going to the weekly chart and seeing what I've been talking about on the last few pairs. The 20 moving average curling up underneath it, and we get the consolidation, which usually leads to that breakout. We got the breakout nicely. If you capitalised on the yen pairs, then well done. There was some great gains to be made in those markets. So again, watch the reaction here. I'd like to see a pullback into the 111.50s or 111.40s before moving it and making a move to the upside. But if the yen's going to continue to be significantly weak, we may only get a small retracement before moving to the upside. So just be aware of that. Again, the 4 hours kind of consolidating around this area, so be aware of that. Pound yen. I just said I was going to stick to the majors, but pound yen is one that's definitely still on my cards. We had a lovely retest here and a move to the upside, but unfortunately didn't get on the back of that. But again, if we are just showing you the combination of things to go from, so I'm just going to go to the currency strength heat map, and I actually want to show you so what I do basically on this as well, just go to last Thursday the 5th. We go here, yen, JPY, pound yen is a one to target to go long. And if we go to the last week and we go to the 5th, this is the 5th, so anything after that we could say potentially look for those long opportunities. We broke out, 20 moving average bounce, broke out, 20 moving average bounce, break out, 20 moving average bounce, boom, move to the upside. So just showing you those strategy rules combined with that currency strength heat map. So just be aware of that. Obviously the market conditions have to be met, which they were, because we had that double bottom just in there. The weekly finished pretty strong as well, so we could anticipate some further upside in this particular market. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to upload these to YouTube from now on, and then send you the link, just so that you guys, if you're ever kind of wondering where it is or want to look back on them, there's going to be like a catalogue of them for you to look at now. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and happy trading, and I'll catch you in the week.